Today we'll be having our music lesson. All right, so right now I have this I have my drum set, and also I have my guitar right here. So I will be using this so that I can discuss our today's lesson. So what is our lesson for today? So our lesson for today is about time signature. All right, so I have here my board, so I hope you can see it. Okay, so written there is about rhythm. Okay, so I hope that you already have encountered that word before. So rhythm is a very important term in music. So if you already know what notes mean, all right, notes are quarter notes, whole note, half note, eighth note, 16th note, and there are plenty more. But then those are the basic that I have just told you. Okay, so notes have two characteristics. One is rhythm and another one is melody. Now, for the melody, we will discuss that on some other times, I guess. So today we will be focusing on its other characteristic, which is rhythm. So when we're talking about rhythm, we're talking about number. Yes, you heard me right. We're talking about number. We will be talking about number right now. So if you have a mathematical brain right there, you must activate it now because we will be mathematical from now on. Okay, so let's first define what rhythm is. So rhythm is a strong, regular, repeated pattern of sound. So one important term here is the word pattern. So music, actually, music, if you think about music, music can only be enjoyed if there is a pattern. If you remove pattern and you remove the expectation of the people, music becomes chaotic and disorganized. We don't like music that is disorganized. So, pattern is a very important element in music. So, when it comes to pattern, if we're talking about pattern, then we are talking about rhythm. Okay, so again, that is a strong, regular. So, means it recurs. Umuulit siya. Repeated, paulit-ulit na pattern of sound. Now, you might not notice it, but all of the songs, even if the song is 5 minutes long, or some songs are longer, perhaps 7 minutes song, um, it is repeated. There's no such thing as, or there's no music na nag-iiba-iba siya. Otherwise, that will be considered noise. So, in order to organize music, we have to put a pattern in it. Alright, so one important thing that you should know if you're talking about rhythm is time signature. So what is time signature? So let's first define it, and later slowly, gradually, we will try to learn it step by step. So time signature. So uh, time signature defines the beat through a division. So why division? So alam niyo, like I told you, we will be kind of mathematical in this discussion. So we're talking about 2 4 3 4 4 4. I hope you already heard those numbers in music. But now I am going to be introducing to you another time signature, which is 6 8. So what does this number mean? So some of you may already have an idea in it, especially those who are musical, who are playing musical instrument. But for those who are quite on the dark, those who do not understand what I am saying, okay, just stay put there. We will be looking through these numbers. All right. So we will erase this first so that we can delve in to what time signature is. Okay, it's getting messy na. It's all right. Okay, let me give you one example. For instance, I'm going to write some notes here. Okay, okay, all right. So I have some notes here. All right, and then here. All right. If I will play it through my drum, this will sound like this because this is a quarter note, so it's counted as we all know, quarter note has a count of one bit. Okay, and then eighth note has a bit of half beat. So um, perhaps we can just write one half here and one half here, then one and one. All right, so we can count it. So these are four counts. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. So why is that? So why did I count this as 3? Sorry, why did I count this as end? Okay, because the way we count is it should be regular. The way we count should be regular. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4. And since this is fast, because they are sharing in one bit, they are sharing under 2. So if I am going to draw a box here that represents how long they are counted, this one count will have its own box, and number 2 and end will share on that one box. Okay, that's fast. That's how fast they are. So 1, 2, and this one will have its own count or own box, and each box represents a bit, and then 4 here. So how will I count it? Perhaps if you are at your home and you don't have any instrument, perhaps you can clap your hands, or if you have any musical material there, any musical instrument such as tambourine, you may use that. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. So when I am counting, removing the end, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. But then since I put end there and they are sharing under one bit, all right, they're sharing under one bit, that will be counted as 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, 4. All right, so I guess we can write an accent here. So what is an accent? An accent, it looks like a greater than sign. Perhaps I can just write it below. So that is a greater than sign below. When I put an accent, that just means that you have to play it harder or stronger. Okay, so perhaps we can write, we can play it that like this: 1, 2, and 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1. Okay, so I just added accent. So you have to remember that word accent. Now, imagine if I remove that accent. Imagine how boring it will become. Sorry. Putting the accent. So, the accent, okay, let's put the accent back here. The accent gives a strong beat to a certain music. Now, we are actually, what we're doing right now is actually, we just did a time signature. So we just did a 4/4 time signature. So why is it a 4? So 4/4. What does that mean? So perhaps we can erase the illustration that I wrote on the box. So let's first talk about the first number, the one on the numerator, the top number, the 4 on the top. So this just means that there are 4 counts, or there are 4 bits inside a measure. Okay, what is a measure? So if you already know, a music contains many notes. There are notes scattered in a music. Now they are divided through a bar line. What is a bar line? Bar line is just a line like this. All right, so that is our bar line. So this bar line are used to separate the notes into groups. Now these groups, if we have a 4/4 time signature and the top number is 4, that only means that we have 4 counts inside a measure, which is separated by a bar line. So you have to avoid confusing measure from bar line. Bar lines are the walls. We can just say that they are the lines that act as a wall to separate the notes from each other. And then the room, okay, that is the entire room made because of the walls. Okay, that entire room is what we call the measure. So we have one measure here and we have 4 bits. Sir, you're wrong. We have 5 notes there. How many notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am not talking about the notes. I am talking about the count. Like I told you, this one is not counted as 3. This is counted as end because they are sharing on count number 2. Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so if you're having a problem understanding that idea, I will give you another example. Perhaps I'm going to make this number 3. Okay, that is 3, 4 there. So this becomes strong already. This is strong already because we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. And I said that we have 3 bits only. So perhaps it will work if we will remove count number 4. Now, removing count number 4 will also remove that one note there. Now, if we add all the notes inside or all the bits inside represented by these notes, we can 1, 2, and 3. Now, still, the first number is accented. We can play it like this. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, 1. There are different ways to make the first note strong or make the accented note strong. Some of the people use this one. They tend to play that note with another instrument to emphasize that strong beat right there. So we can make it like this. 1, 2, and 3. Let's make it faster. Let's say that the metronome, I hope you already know what the metronome is. Metronome are just an instrument they use to make a steady beat. So for instance, the metronome is quick. So the count sounds like this. 1, 2, and 3. 1. So it sounds like 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1. Let's make it faster so that we can make it more lively. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So let's make it slow so that I can explain it to you much slower so that you can understand it more easily. So let's make it 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. If you notice, I am partnering or pairing that note, that number 1, which is an accented note, with a bass drum so that I can make it or make that sound much heavier and much stronger. Alright, so that's it. Now, if I make it 2, 4, let's say for instance I remove this number 3 right here, which represents how many counts are there inside the measure. Again, the measure is the room that is that contains the notes. All right. Again, the measure is the room that contains the notes separated by the bar lines. So we have bar lines right here. If you look at the real musical score or musical sheet, what you will see are lots of notes separated by bar lines. So there are plenty of measure inside that music. Alright, so let's say for instance that we are going to make it 2. So this is 2, 4 right here. Now this becomes strong automatically. Alright, because we are just talking about 2, 4, which has 2 notes only. But then we have, or sorry, 2 notes. That's wrong. Okay, 2 bits only. So we have how many bits here? 1, 2, and 3. So we have to remove 1 count from this measure. So I guess we can just remove this one. So we have already a, sir, I think that is wrong. Why? Sir, because we have 3 notes. Yes, I am not talking about the number of notes. I am talking about the number of count. This is correct because we only have 2 counts. Because this note right here are 8 notes. Alright, again, 8th note, they share in 1 bit, which is number 2. So that is correct. Alright. So let's try to play this one again. The first note is an accented note. Don't forget the accent right there. That is a symbol for accent, which means that it should be played stronger than the rest of the notes. So 1 2 1 2, wherein the number 1 is played hard or played stronger. So 1 2 1 2 and 1 2 and 1. I think you're imagining something. Perhaps in your mind right now, you're thinking of a marching band. That is correct because most of the marching band are played in 2/4 because 2/4 time signature is the most common time signature when there is a marching band. Why? Because it sounds lively. The stressed or the heavy note is played regularly. Ang dalas ng heavy note, which is very important in a marching band because marching band represent strong character, right? So 1 2 and 3, sorry, 1 2 and 1, 1 2 and 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 1. Let's play it very slow. So let's make it 1 2 and 1 2 and 1 1. All right. So let's make varieties of example. Now let's go back to 4 4 again. This time, let's put some rest in this. So right now, I am not only going to use notes. I am also going to use rest. So that is a quarter rest. So we can count it as 1 2 3 and 4 because these are 2/8 note and they will be sharing under 1 count, which is number 3. So 1 quarter rest is 1 count or covers 1 count, then 3 and 4. So that's how we do it. Now, if I am going to play it very slow so that you will easily follow, 1 2 3 and 4. But this is a rest, so I will not play it. So 1 2 3 and 4. 1 2 3 and 4. 1 2 3 and 4. So right now you will notice that I am kicking the bass drum paired with number 1, which is an accent. Now you might notice, why are you putting so much stress or you are playing number 1 heavy when in fact wala naman akong nakalagay dyan na greater than? Because in time signature, count number 1, regardless if there is an accent or none, it's always played hard and heavy. We call it as downbeat. Okay, later you will I will explain to you why is it called downbeat. And the other notes are called upbeat. Again, so I'm talking about downbeat and upbeat. All right, my marker is having a hard time writing na, so I'm running out of ink. So I hope my marker bears with me through the end of our lesson. Okay, so again, even if you don't see that greater sign below or above the first note, usually or most likely the first beat is usually played heavy and is played with stress because the number 1 in each measures are considered the downbeat. They are the downbeat. While the other number or the other counts are considered an upbeat. Meaning the downbeat, even without an accent sign, is always played with accent. Okay? Meron mang accent ka makita dyan or wala, it's always played with accent. Now, let's try doing that. So, if you will notice, wala nakalagay na accent, but I will still play it with accent because even if I don't see the accent sign there, it is obvious, or it is common sense that I should play it with accent because that is the count number 1, which is a downbeat. So, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. Notice how I am not playing on number 2 because that is a rest. So if you are at your home, perhaps you don't have an instrument, you may just use your hand. You may do it right like this. 1, 2. Notice how hard I clap on number 1 again because that is a downbeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 1, 2. Notice on number 2, I am opening my hand to emphasize to you that I am not doing anything on number 2. Again, so now let's try to do it a little faster. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. So 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Alright, so that's how we do it. Now, let's try to do a 3, 4. Now again, this becomes strong automatically because I am just pertaining to 3 counts. Now, these are 4 counts, which makes it wrong. So I have to remove count number 4. So now it's just 1, 2, 3, and. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. So if you're clapping, you should do it like this. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Now, the number 1 is always the stressed number because that is a downbeat. With or without an accent sign, it is always played hard because that is a downbeat. And the rest of the number 2 and 3 are the upbeat, which means that they should just played normally. So, making it fast, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, and 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so making it, I'm sorry, I will retain this one. Now, if I make it 2, 4, this becomes strong automatically because I am only talking about 2 counts inside the measure, but these are 3 counts. I have to remove both of these notes. Why? Because they represent the count number 3. They share on number 3. Now, we only have 2 notes there, which both has 1 count. Now, it sounds like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you will notice on number 2, I am not playing anything because that is a rest. So if you're clapping, you should be clapping like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And number 1 is always a strong beat because that is accented with or without the accent sign because that is number 1 and number 1 is always the down beat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, now let's now talk about the other number, the number 4. What is number 4 below? Because you already know that the top number pertains to the number of count inside the measure. Now, what is number 4? Number 4 is the representation of the note that receives a certain count. If we're talking about number 4, then we're talking about what? We're talking about quarter note because quarter note or number 4 represents counter. Sorry, let's erase this one so that I can show it to you. Because number 4 represents quarter note. Okay? 2 represent half note. Okay? And then 8, sorry, 1 represents whole note. Okay? The lower the number, the longer the longer the note is, because as you know, whole note is kind of long compared to the quarter note. Okay, these are the representation. So number 4 symbolizes quarter note. So if I say that it is 4/4, let's say that it is 4/4. Like right there. So that means that there are 4 counts here that is received by a quarter note. So quarter note represents 1 count. Okay, so there are 4 quarter notes inside a measure. That's how long a measure takes to finish, to complete. Okay, so what if I said that I am talking about a 4/2? This is quite a complicated measure na. But then for the sake of discussion, I am going to discuss it to you. If I said it's 4/2, that means that there are 4 half note inside. So the half note receives 1 count. So this is wrong already because masyadong mabilisan, kulang yan. But if I make it a half note, so lumalabas parang there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 counts inside a measure. Kasi ganun kahaba ang half note, hindi ba? And half note receives 1 count. So 1 count lang ang tingin natin dito. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And because we all know that a half note is twice as long as quarter note. Ganun siya kahaba, parang dalawang quarter note. So, a half note receives 1 count. So, 1, 2, kasi meron pa siyang sustain, diba? Sumusustain pa siya eh. 3, 4, Alright, so these are quite complicated for you. Just for the sake of discussion, I am opening or discussing this to you. So, what if, for instance, I wrote here 2, 1. Now, this is a very weird time signature. You will not see this kind of time signature in music, but then for the sake of discussion, I am opening this to you. So 1 represents a whole note. So meaning, a whole note, this is wrong because, like mentioned, we have 2 counts and a whole note receives 1 count. So, how many count? 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Because whole note is 4 times the quarter note. Ganun siya kahaba. Mahaba ang tunog ng whole note compared to a quarter note. So, 1, 2, 1, 2. These lines right here are its sustain. How long they should be played. Kasi di ba mahaba ang whole note. Right? So you cannot play it on drums because on drums, napakabilis lang ng tunog niya. Perhaps you can play it on the violin because violin can be sustained. The sound from the violin can be sustained. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And the whole note, which is represented by number 1, receives the count. And we have only 2 counts. So 2 whole note will do. Now, let's now discuss the time signature 6/8. 6/8. 6/8 pertains to 6 count. And what is the note that receives that count? The 1/8, the 8th note. Kaya nga number 8, hindi ba? So the 8th note. What is the 8th note? So 8 represents 8th note. Okay? So 8 represents 8 notes. So meaning, it should be played as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alam nyo naman na mabilis or compared to quarter note, 8 note is played faster. So we have 6 8 notes here because there are 6 counts and each count is received by 8th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, baka di ba magkasya, 5, and 6. Then another bar line at the end. So since 8th note are played fast, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, Like I told you, the number one is always the downbeat. So I can write an accent here or not. I may not write the accent there, but it's understood that we have an accent there because that is number one. So we have six counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's played like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that is the most common use of 6/8. Now, when it comes to guitar, we can also play 6/8 also. Now, the most common 6/8 song in the pop culture in this current age is the, what do you call that song? The Perfect by Ed Sheeran. So if you will notice a strong beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, or me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. That low sound, that bass sound right here, para mali pa yung tono. Let's tune it for a while. Okay, that low end is our number one. And I played it like that because I want to put stress on that certain note, which is the number one. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were that someone. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I give you 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that is a very important element in guitar because guitar usually is played with the rhythm. Okay, so if I play a song, for instance, just an example, if I play a 4/4 time signature, that will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. That number one is played with a low end sound. Alright, so that's how we apply it on guitar. So it's easiest to apply the principles or the element of time signature in drums because you can hear easily how the sound is stressed by using or by playing two drums together, like snare and bass. But in guitar, in piano, in all other musical instruments, even in voice. Okay, so for instance, in the song Perfect, alright, I found a love to be for me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Die 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Followed my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. I found a 1, 2, 3. The girl. You think how Ed Sheeran stressed that certain note while he is singing. That is how time signature is used in singing or in vocalization. Alright, now I am going to be playing some of our nationalistic songs and I will try to determine or identify its time signature. So let's start first with Awit ng Maynila. Okay? So I want you to listen carefully at how stressed some notes are. Pam, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, And listen to how they are changing the notes or the chords. Di ba merong backroad na yung change ng note is usually nangyayari between count number 4 and count number 1. Any guess what do you think is this time signature? Yes, correct. That is a 4/4 time signature because there are how many counts? There are 4 counts in every measure, which are repeated again and again throughout the song. Let's continue listening. 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You heard that bass? 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You hear that bass, that low sound? 1, 2, 3, 4. It enters on count number 1 always because number 1 is our downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so back in school when you were still studying, you will see some conductor in front while you are singing the song Awit ng Maynila or any nationalistic song. You will see someone who is trying to do this motion. This is what you call conducting. In Tagalog, that is pagkukumpas. Now, today perhaps is our lucky day because we will be studying how to do conducting and how is it understood. Alright, so conducting is composed of the downbeat and the upbeat. The downbeat is always number 1, and that is a sign that you are telling the persons in front of you that they should stress that certain downbeat. And downbeat is obviously should be done with a downward motion because that is a downbeat. So that is number 1. So let's say that I am trying to do conducting on Awit ng Maynila. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1 is always the downbeat, then 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, inside, outside, upward. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other beats are what we call an upbeat. Alright, again, remember the upbeat. They are the notes that are played in a normal fashion, while the downbeat should be played with heaviness because that is the accented note. So let's try 1, 2, that is the heavy part. 4, 1, I hope you are doing it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? Let's make it lower our volume. Okay, I hope you are doing this with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 2, 3, 4. Your hand can be open or you can raise that one finger or your index finger so that you are like drawing this motion. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try to do it again. Again, this is our 4/4 time signature with 4 counts because that is 4/4, and the number 1 is always receiving the downbeat. And we all know that a downbeat is the accented note. When we say it is an accented note, they should be sung, they should be played, okay, with stress, with heaviness, and they should be the strongest sound in the 4 counts. Alright, let's try to do it again. 2, 3. Start it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I want you to listen to the heavy sound. You are telling the students to sing harder or heavier on the downbeat. Nasa kanya ang pangarap, tulong lakas pagunlad. Okay,
I guess you already understand the concept, the principle. Now let's move to our next song, which is our this is Pilipinas Kong Mahal, a very sentimental, a very emotional song. Now I want you to do the conducting here quite slowly. So if 4/4 is done with 1 inside, so 1 down, number 1 is always a downbeat, yun parati yung pailalim. 2 is inside, then 3 is outside, then 4 is upward. Now, in Pilipinas Kong Mahal, you are not going to go all the way down. The first one is, since these are 3 counts, it will be 1, downward but inward, downward but inward. So 1, outward. So 1, 2, 3. The third one is an upward movement of your, or upward motion of your hand. Now, again, you can do it with your hands open, or you can put down your fingers while the index fingers are raised, so that it is as if you are drawing a triangle. So 1, but a very graceful triangle. All right, so inside, outside, upward. Again, number 1 is always a downward motion. Three counts. Let's first count it. 1, 2, 3, 1. You will notice how stressed, how they are putting the stress on number 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. That is also where the change in chords happen. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Pam, change in chord. 2, 3. Pam, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They are stressing that number 1 count. Because this is a 3/4 time signature, it has 3 counts where the number 1 is played heavily or stronger compared to the other 2. Because the other 2 counts are an upbeat. Let's try to do it with our hand. Again, I have to remind you that you are trying to draw a graceful triangle. Inside, up, outward, and upward. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. I hope you are trying it also. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's just play with the music because I know the time signature. Now, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. Alright. Okay, I'm just fooling around. Okay, next one is our awit ng, the Philippine National Anthem. Again, this is a marching song. Like I told you earlier, most of the marching songs are played in a 2/4 time signature just because time signature have too many stresses or too many accent, which are the basic requirement for a marching sound or marching song. Okay, more of course, if you're marching, you want to appear stronger. So, it should be partner or paired with a strong music. So, a strong music is usually in 2/4 because the stresses or the accents are plentier. 1, 2, 1, 2. That is our count. Now, if you are doing a 2/4, you can do it 2 ways. There are up and down. So 1, 2, which is kind of boring. We don't want to do that. If you are conducting 2/4, usually you do it inside, outward, inside, outward, inside, outward. In a way that you are putting your hands down in an inside fashion and upward in an outward fashion. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's try to hear it. Starts with a drum roll. Okay. And it starts. Two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. You notice how frequent those strong beats are? Because number ones are played frequently throughout the song. So two, one, 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 two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Okay? In hands, let's try to do it with our hands. Again, inside, outward.
Inside, outside, inside, outside. Let's try to do it.
One, two, one, two, one, two. And since I am conducting, a best practice to do is to do your motion by trying to interpreting the song. If the song is lively, then perhaps you should not do it like this. One, two. No, it should be lively also. One, two, one. I am putting that bouncing motion on number one. One, two, and look how stiff my hands are. Because I want to show a strong personality or strong character. Because that is the mood of the song. One, two, one, two, one, two, one. Alright, I hope you already understand what I am trying to refer here. So that is how we do the conducting. So conducting is closely related with our time signature because in usually in conducting we are just trying to count so that you are trying to synchronize all of the singers or all of the musicians in the room through your hands by trying to simulate the time signature. Okay, again, let's just have a quick recap. Rhythm is the repetitive or regular sounds in music. Now, a rhythm is usually represented by a time signature. Time signature is the best way to show a rhythm of the song. Okay, the time signature is composed of two numbers, the numerator and the denominator, wherein the numerator is just how many counts each measures are, while the denominator is what is that certain note that receives count, one count in that measure. Now, the measure is a room where the notes are like this. This is our measure, which are walled or separated by a bar line. So that does it. So I hope you try to practice your conducting while you are on your own, especially on this musical piece, our nationalistic piece, because these are very important to understand or to learn. Okay, that's it. Thank you for listening. Good day.